Well, the Chicago Skies is having an eventful off season through this free agency. Now, free agency started a little slow, then it picked up, and Tyler Marsh has added to his coaching staff. But today, he added probably one of the best coaches out there that you never heard of. But we'll unpack all that here next on the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Well, guys, man, we have to give Tyler Marsh his credit, the new head coach of the Chicago Sky. I think Tyler Marsh is sending shockwaves through the WNBA with his coaching staff. I've always been on record when Tyler Marsh accepted this job. I said I would like to see who he puts around himself as assistant coaches. Tyler Marsh has done his due diligence. Tyler Marsh is building a star-studded coaching staff. Now, you know, free agency, they made some acquisitions and they shaping this roster up to compete in the WNBA. But, you know, it all starts with the coaches. You got to have great coaches to get the best out of these young ladies. And every coach that he has hired has been a developmental coach. And they interact with the players and they get the best out of their players. Now, we know Tyler Marsh is building one of them star-studded casts for his coaching staff. And, you know, he already brought in Courtney Parrish. Now, you know what Courtney Parrish brings. You know what she did in her collegiate days. She was a rebounder, so she can help Angel Reese out, and she can also help Carmilla Cardosa out. So she emphasizes on rebounding and cleaning the glass. Now you bring in another star-studded coach in Tanisha Wright. We know what Tanisha Wright brings to the table. But today's acquisition, who he brought in today, is probably one of the best coaches that you never heard of. He brought in the Nigerian coach, Rakina Wakama, however you pronounce the name, Rina Wakama. He brought her in, and you know what Rina Wakama meant to this Nigerian national team. She got the best out of the Nigerian national team. Now, for those that don't know who Rina Wakama is, you know, she played collegiately. She played at Western Carolina. After she left Western Carolina, she got into coaching. She took a coaching gig at Manhattan College. Now, Rina became the first Nigerian female basketball coach to guide her team to win the FIBA Afro basketball women's competition. And that began all the way back, I think, about 66, 67. So she was the first female Nigerian coach to win that league. Now, you know what she did in the Paris Olympics, this past Olympics in 2024? She was named the best coach, the outstanding coach in the tournament, because the way she guided that Nigerian team. And this is one of them underrated signings that nobody saw coming. So like I've always said, I think Tyler Marsh is doing his due diligence. And when you get a coach like Rina Wakama and bring her in, now she's a feisty competitor. Now, you know how them Nigerians played. They was feisty. They was all up in you. Now, her defensive principles are on point. Because if you go back and look at what Chicago Sky struggled with last year, it was the perimeter defense. You know, letting bodies get in the paint, didn't have no backline help. You know, the problem is you put the bigs like Camila Cardoso in a pick and roll and she couldn't get back in time. But now you bring in a coach like Rena, she can sew all that up. She emphasizes in defense. She's gritty. She's gritty. She's probably one of the coaches that is underrated. She was under the radar. Nobody thought that, Tyler Marsh would go make a splash like that. So you got to give kudos to Tyler Marsh. Tyler Marsh is doing his due diligence, like I said. I don't think this had nothing to do with Jeff P. I think Tyler Marsh is handpicking his coaching staff and bringing his coaching staff in because it all starts from the top and then it all trickles down. And I think with the coaching staff that Tyler Marsh is putting around the Chicago Skies, I think this team is in prime position to make a great run. And you combine all them player coaches and them player developmental coaches together with the athletes that they got on the squad now, man, it could be something special. You've seen the video of Tyler Marsh in the gym with Courtney Vandersloot. A lot of people say Courtney Vandersloot is a little over the hill, but I think Courtney Vandersloot got a lot left in the tank. All she has to do is be the playmaker for the Chicago Sky. All she has to do is set up the offense and get the ball in the right hands, make plays. She's a gritty competitor, but she still can shoot and she can still get to the rim and she can still pass the ball. Got to understand something. Courtney Vandersloot is the all-time leading assist player in Chicago Sky's history. So think about that. And then you bring that coaching staff in and you put it all together and you got a well-oiled machine. So let's take a look at what Tyler Marsh said about Rena Wakama when they brought her on to the Chicago Sky's coaching staff. But before we get off into that, right now, I'm at 13,966 subscribers. And if you're new to this channel and you're just now coming across this platform, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. I'm on my road to 14,000. With the help of you guys, we can achieve that goal. Now let's get off into what Tyler Marsh had to say about Rena Wakama. This particular thing, he said, if you watch her teams compete at the Olympics and listen to how she inspires her players, you know that Rena is a star on the rise. I couldn't be more happier adding such a great coach to our staff, believing in the vision for Skytown. Now, that is a tremendous get for the Chicago Sky. Now, it's impressive because of the fact that Rena has proven that she has been winning mindset and attitude. We've seen her success in the past summer with the Nigerian national team at the Olympics, building an impressive winning record and exercising background coaching and player development. She is an excellent young leader and coach who will make a significant impact on this Sky's program. Tyler Marsh on Rena Wakama. So there you have it. Tyler Marsh is building a star-studded coaching staff to go along with the coaches he already brought in, Courtney Parrish and Tanisha Wright. Now, this Sky team, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to bring to the table in this upcoming WNBA season. When you got the likes of Angel Reese, Camila Cardoso on that back end, also with Elizabeth Williams in that paint, with Rena's ability to mix up defenses and mix up coverages, it's going to be very interesting to see how teams combat that and get in the paint against the Chicago Sky. So we got to take our hat off to Tyler Marsh. Salute to Tyler Marsh and the Chicago Sky organization for building something that nobody thought was possible. I see everybody in the comment section, hashtag salute. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Droppin' podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.